I'm excited to see what you brought for us.
I'm excited too.
I appreciate the gifts.
Yeah,
Good
no
man.
problem.
Good man.
It's their milkshake, blueberry milkshake IPA.
No way. Blueberry milkshake.
Figured that's a good. I just had a few extra 6-packs sitting around the house.
I look like someone who enjoys a milkshake. Is what I'm being told.
Touche.
All right, my man. I'm ready to cheers and enjoy these. You ready to get going?
Yeah.
All right.
So I love that term, think tank. Think tank. I mean, you know what a think tank is? Like, how's a think tank go, James?
Yeah, they got cancel culture nowadays. You gotta watch what you say. It's getting real scary out here.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know if I can take the conversation here, but we might as well. It's the Rethink Tank. Looks like you had a little bit too much to think here in the Rethink Tank. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And thanks for joining me again. We're back in Ohio after a crazy trip to Los Angeles. And what better way to unwind, because, man, are my arms tired, than pouring ourselves a nice brew with the professionals who know what they're doing. So I got to thank the representative of the Toxic Shock Channel, official, for joining us. And how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. I flew in here too. You know.
Yeah, arms tired. I
was hanging out with Ian and Paul from Vampire Diaries. We were drinking bourbon, so not like actually we were on a Zoom call, but still.
But big things in the works, right?
There,
Big things in the works.
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting. That's super exciting.
Well, we'll go with the small things beer.
Right, exactly.
I brought 3 of them.
So we're welcoming in October, and what better way to do that than with our fall beer?
Exactly.
So Toxic Shock has brought us a selection of fall beers for us to test before we get into this podcast to get, break the edge off and have lighten it up. So what are we looking at here? And here, try to bring this in a little bit more.
Yeah, so first we got the Aged Boo Thang. Have you ever had the normal Boo Thang?
No.
So Boo Thang is Saucy Brew Works' go-to pumpkin.
Okay.
It's essentially, you've had Pumpkin, so
course.
That's Southern Tiers.
Yes,
so
yes.
This is Saucy's. And then I didn't bring you the normal one. I only brought you the fancy renditions.
We only want the fanciest here.
We don't do normal.
Right, exactly. Okay, so you got the Nick Chubb.
Okay.
I got the classic, just Browns football. But here's the
that.
deal. This thing comes out the beginning of October. But for the people, this weekend's a big weekend. We're putting Baker in his place, or this didn't age well, and we got humbled. Either way, this is a big weekend, so it's all Browns.
All Browns,
right,
everything.
Friend. Cheers.
I would have worn my Browns gear, but
I know, well.
You didn't tell me.
But I wanted you to bring the flavor. Somebody had to bring the Toxic Shock flavor.
Simple.
Oh, wow. So here's what I want to advocate for the listener. I am someone who is not into hoppy beer, and I'm not into these malty, I don't need a sugary Guinness.
Yeah.
This is very good. Very good.
The good thing about the barrel aging is it actually takes away what you don't like from a beer.
So here's the thing. My favorite wines and beers are bourbon barrel-aged beers. So this is just regular barrel-aged, right?
Still a bourbon barrel.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is High Bank Distillery whiskey barrels.
Boom. See, that's how I knew it. This is right up my alley.
9.1%.
So again, what you're looking at is a little bit sweeter. I mean, I'm not getting this is pumpkin spice,
Nope.
But I'm thinking a little bit sweeter of what's the Kentucky bourbon ale? The bourbon ale, that one's just I don't know. It's like a root beer. This is like a beer.
It's got a couple balls to it.
Yeah, with some balls, some whiskey balls. Now here's the problem: we've only got one glass, so that just means we gotta send it.
I know how to drink.
I know.
If you've seen my channel,
That's what I'm saying. I brought the professional. I'm trying to keep up.
he was like, "We're gonna discuss pumpkin beers," and I was like, "Don't worry, I got them."
All right. So as I try to chug this down and keep up, I know it was probably last summer. But you were at an event at the Mansfield Reformatory, right? You were running a table or something?
No, I was just getting drunk. No, it was called Incarceration.
Yeah.
It was a music festival.
Oh, cool.
My buddy's band, Dead Bundy, they were one of the openers the first day. And I just went there to be in the mosh pit and
Good man.
just rage.
Good man.
I still have a torn kneecap.
Well,
This was
from
This was last September.
whoa, a year later.
I also didn't go to the
dunk.
doctor, to be fair.
Well,
So,
sometimes you just got to give it the natural heal.
yeah.
Just more saucy brews. That's the only
adulting?
medicine. Yeah, right. So the reason I brought it up was, so it's Halloween, and one of the funnest things to do is go to the Mansfield Reformatory for Halloween. If you
Okay.
have not, they have like the coolest haunted house. They turned that thing into a haunted
It's
house.
what, the blood prison?
Yeah, I mean, they probably change the theme every year.
Yeah.
But like going through the solitary confinement spot,
Okay.
where it's just these hallways are black dark. I mean, you can't see your hand just holding it right out in front of you.
Damn.
And they just had people standing in the hallway. They weren't doing anything, but they were just standing there. And you just walk in. I mean, that was probably one of the coolest haunted houses I've ever been to.
Okay. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Are you a haunted house person? Are you into those kind of things?
I dabble.
You dabble.
So it's one
what's
of
your favorite
those-
holiday? Let's get into that.
Halloween.
Okay, because I was gonna say most people I think
Yeah.
tend to love Halloween.
I go to Halloween just as like the staple because I don't want to worry about a holiday where it's about presents. But like at the same time, like All Hallows Eve, just dressing up for a reason, the fact that like freaks unite.
Yes.
Is the way I always look at it because I'm covered in tattoos. So not every day is someone like, yeah, that's a great citizen of the US. Like most of the time people are like, who's this freak?
Damn.
And so I always look at it as that's the day that everyone can be appreciated no matter what you are.
So, not to get derailed too much, but you reminded me of a hilarious story. So, my dad and my uncle started this game where we would go to Walmarts and see who could leave Walmart with the funniest people of Walmart picture.
Okay.
So, and this would only really happen when we would go to our condo in Florida, because now you're in Florida. You are in the heart of, like, a Walmart in Florida is like Florida Man on steroids. So,
Okay.
like, you're going to see the show when you go to a Walmart in Florida. We're going through the Walmart, and I had to have been 13.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking like 15 years ago. And I'm walking so I see this guy and his girlfriend, and he's got his tongue split, tattoos, just a mohawk, green hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a good contender. So I'm walking towards him with my push cart, and I'm 13, folks. Like, I'm a dumbass. So it's pretty obvious I'm trying to take a picture of this guy. And the guy really wasn't that, like, aggressive about it. He's like, man, you want a picture? Take a picture. You want a
Literally.
picture? And my dad is, like, watching from the end of the hall the whole thing transpire. My dad being the overprotective, like, nut that he is. I mean, he's just always looking to get in an argument with people anyway. That's his personality.
Yeah.
So he just jumps into this thing. He goes, yeah, he wants to take a picture of you. Look at you. You want to look like this. You're the freak at the freak show. The freak at the freak show. And, dude, me and my uncle have said that forever. The freak at the freak show. So you just triggered.
Lord.
And he was not, like, it was bad. I mean, the guy had, like, his whole face was tattooed like a lizard. You're just like, and we're like, Dad, we're fine. But it was just an extreme situation. Sorry.
Did he have the dermals where?
Oh,
like,
yeah, like the metal bumps. Like,
you realize that he's actually, like, famous.
I don't know if it was that same guy. Like, it wasn't, like, as well done.
Okay.
Okay. Where
so it
every...
was like I want to be Lizard Man.
Yes.
Okay.
It was like
I was like,
the
'cause if you just
aspiring-
ran into Lizard Man, like...
Then you really take a picture with him.
Like, I've seen Lizard Man lift, the full Jaeger tap? Like,
yeah?
from his earlobes. He just like hooked it in and just lifted it up off the stage. He was at it was a Mushroom Head. It was Mushroom Head. No, not Mushroom Head, this one. It was a Slayer and Killswitch Engage at the Agora. And it was sponsored by Jaeger. And Lizard Man came on stage and just shoo.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And again, he got paid for that event.
Uh-huh.
He probably got free Jaeger.
Of course, probably for
Who
life.
wins? Right? Like, come on.
Not
That's
me.
a victory.
I didn't win.
Well,
I was also, I think I was like 14 years old, so
Dang.
I didn't
That's
have
sweet,
any
though.
Jaeger.
No. You threw in spirit, you did.
Yeah.
In spirit.
When
you
I
did.
turned 21, I had Jaeger for the first time.
I don't think anybody's got good stories from Jaeger. How'd it go?
I love Jaeger. I go through a bottle of Jaeger a month.
Really? How big a bottle? Those range.
Just a $7.50,
Okay.
but it has to be in the
Solid bottle.
freezer.
Facts.
But have you had the cold brew? I feel like you enjoy a morning coffee.
100%.
Have you had Jaeger cold brew?
No.
It is a coffee-based Jaeger.
So it's mixed with caffeine.
No.
It's just caffeine
The
flavored.
taste.
It's like mocha flavored,
Yeah.
but it's like Jaeger potent liquor.
Oh, yeah. But it doesn't have the anise in it. So it's still that deep, dark, like, dingy, syrupy.
So here's our problem. So the last time I really went gun-ho with Jaeger,
Okay.
I don't even know if I have the guts to put the picture on the screen. I don't think I do. But, like, it sometimes goes down too easy to the point where if you max out your limit to the point where you've, like,
Yeah.
exceeded potential of Jaeger, that ceiling breaks, like, you have a hard time going back to what used to be a very good old friend.
Yeah, that's why I don't overdo it.
Yeah, well,
2 shots of Jaeger is my most for a day.
that's why you don't give it to a 19-year-old, right?
Well,
That was
correct.
problem number one.
I mean,
should
Ben-
never have been exposed to how great it was.
Correct. Let's be honest, I had it before 21.
Not on this podcast.
As you say, don't give it to a 19-year-old. You led me into a corner. This is bullshit. I don't even like it here. I'm going back to Akron.
Right. Where that shit's like totally cool and we all get it.
This man puts me in the woods and then puts me in a corner. No wonder this is the kickoff to Halloween.
Yeah, straight. I just lure you into the woods. You know what's funny is like they're gonna be looking out their window and be like, there's no leaves and it's all orange and we're sitting in like the green. We're like a little early.
Whoops.
Whoops. Anyway, what do we got next?
All right, so this is still Boo Thang. This one is aged in Woodford Reserve bourbon barrels.
No way.
Yes way.
You have spoiled me.
This one is 8.7%.
I just want to emphasize one thing here, guys. I didn't know what we were going to get. I didn't even put in a request besides
You said
fall
pumpkin.
themed. Like, yeah, pumpkin, fall themed. I only really prefer whiskey aged beer over anything. Now, I'm going to have like a real hard time driving to like dinner after this, but like
Well,
that's a 2 hours from now problem.
well, that's why I Ubered to your house.
Smart man. Smart man.
The best way to do it.
I should have
because-
taken an open. Well, I might just dive in the back of your Uber.
Exactly. I'll just drop you on your way.
Yeah, perfect.
Because you have to think, a $30 Uber is better than, well, anything
end
else.
of your-
Shit. Like,
Right. You would lose everything.
yeah.
That's the key.
Don't get me wrong. We've all driven before. In our 20s, early.
Yesterday.
I ate a bug. But, you know, the things with the stuff.
Right.
But here we are.
And we'll make it safe.
And I'm drinking from a Chubb glass. Pause.
Nothing but chubs.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I like this one even more.
As
They keep getting better.
as you hear on social media, that's liquor. That does not taste like beer.
No, straight up. That tastes like a bourbon drink.
Yep.
I love it.
And I made sure
Woodford is incredible, dude.
to cleanse my palate in between the two.
Yeah, I'm not a professional. I'm still learning. Those were notes you should have. We're
I forget these things, okay? So, do you ever, when you go to a bar, do you ever get a flight of beer?
of course.
Okay. When you drink your flight, how do you drink it?
I tend to save the best one for last.
Okay.
So I go with one that the one that intrigues me the most first. the one that I think will be the best tasting one last, and then I save the worst one for third last.
Okay.
And I should take a sip between, but, like, you know what? If we're at a restaurant, maybe I've got, like, French fries, and then you're like...
So the French fry is actually smart. You're supposed to do a salted cracker. Or, sorry.
What about a chip?
An unsalted cracker. Because it cleanses the palate, and you want to take a sip, not like a glass, a sip of water.
Darn.
Reason being is especially you want to kind of go in order. If you go to a correct brewery where they know what they're doing.
Sure.
Doesn't happen very often. Let me rephrase it. The brewery knows what they're doing, but the bartender doesn't all the time. Because they're just there because they enjoy craft beer. The way your flight should actually come out is not the way you order it.
Okay.
So say you write it down as I want 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. They should be handing it to you in the palette that you should be taking it so that you can enjoy all of them.
Okay.
So an IPA is last.
But what if you're someone that, like, requires a lot of water? I'm a water drinker.
I mean, I drink 2.5 gallons minimum a day.
No, you don't.
Yeah. How do you
You're
think I drink
nuts.
so much?
Good for you.
It's one.
That's a good point.
1 full pint for every 2 beverages.
That is
So whether I'm
impressive.
taking 2 shots or 2 beers, a glass of water.
Do you know how much shit I take for walking through work all day with a giant jug?
You should get one of those backpacks.
Okay, one, I have a Camelback for when I'm, trail running. But every day I'm walking through the court with a gallon of water. That is my day, my friend. Now, my goal is I leave work and there's like half a quart left.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a pint or two, 2, 3 pints. You're good. But I don't know. For me, it just seems like I might get in another half a gallon when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
2.5, man. You are Shamu.
So do you drink water while you're sleeping?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I get up in the middle of the night and
No, I set 2 bottles next to my bed while I go to sleep, and I wake up to 2 empty bottles. I sleep drink.
whoa. What? And you don't piss the bed?
We don't know
Once
about
in
all
a while.
that.
I mean, if you're drinking a lot of beer,
Well, last night
someone's going to be in the splash
last night
zone.
I peed 4 times while like I woke up abruptly and was like, I have to go to the restroom. But I also had a really
Been there.
You know what? Fuck it. We're talking about Halloween. I had a really bad lucid dream last night.
Let's hear it.
All right. So I think I just drank way too much water. I also drank a curdled drink.
And it just
So I
turned
think
into
I
Jaws.
just set my whole life off. So I was laying in bed.
Curdled drink?
So if you mix a milk substance with citrus, it curdles.
Yeah. So you had like
Yeah.
milk and like what, an orangish drink? Like
So it was blueberry cocktail caviar with Pink Whitney tequila rose.
Wait.
Or not Pink Whitney. Sorry, tequila
Dude,
rose.
I'm sorry. You slammed a lot of bourbon beer down me quick. We got to parse that apart. So you got to let the people know about your caviar background.
Oh, so I actually work for a company. The name is Unifying Spirits. We make cocktail caviar. Not caviar. You're not eating fish eggs. Swear to you. It is flavorless seaweed extract.
But seaweed is popping, so don't get it twisted.
Boba filled with vodka.
So it's literally just vodka boba.
Yeah.
Vodka boba.
But if you say vodka boba, people think it's tapioca. One day we'll be able to make our own flavors. So not just the 6 that are on the shelf right now. Reason I say 6, there's actually 5, but we just re-released Autumn Apple. It's a caramel apple.
Okay.
So good. You can't find it in stores in Ohio.
What's the percentage with this?
12.5.
12.5 in what, a shot's worth of caviar?
No, it's just 12.5% alcohol,
So you need
So
at
they're
least a
25
shot's
proof.
worth of caviar to like.
essentially. But
Keep
if you
it-
do a mimosa, pop some strawberry caviar on top of it, give it extra little buzz.
Thanks, son.
Drink a Busch Light, throw some raspberry in it.
No way.
Twisted
No
tea.
way you're doing that.
Twisted tea, throw in peach.
Sure.
Oh, and I do all of it. It's all on my channel. I wouldn't tell you to do it if I haven't done it.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Check it out, the Toxic Shock official.
The worst one I did, it was on a live. I took, was it the 64-ounce, like, plastic mug? You know what I'm talking about? And I did a jar of blueberry, a jar of strawberry, and then I did a mini jar of peach, and then I added in the 3 Truly vodkas, which is pineapple, mango, strawberry lemonade, and berry. And then I added on, I think I put some sort of seltzer in it. And I drank that on a live.
Dude, I need to let you know, I've had half a beer.
did you just get drunk hearing that?
I literally, I'm sitting here like spinning as you're talking. Like, whoa. Back to the curdled beer. You had blueberries and milk and what?
So it was blueberry caviar, and it's called Tequila Rose. It's a strawberry cream liqueur.
Oh, man, dude. Ouch. I'm getting pains hearing this combo.
You're supposed to take it as a shot, which is because if you just pop, it won't curdle.
Right.
But I made the mistake
But it'll curdle where? In your
stomach.
Bingo.
But
but we don't think that's past us.
Whoopsie.
That's in the past.
I made the mistake of trying to make it in a rocks glass. I could scoop that shit out with a spoon. Yeah.
And how did it end?
Not well. Not well. I mean, it all stayed in.
How did we get to the dream?
Dream, yes. So
you had
as
some
all that was
curdled
going
shit.
on, yeah,
you crash and
I laid down with my 2 bottles of water.
Time out real quick. I just want to let you know it is incredibly impressive. If you go down the rabbit hole of science of sleep, that you had a noteworthy dream experience with alcohol. Just alcohol alone. That experience, for some people, they never either reach that state, they drink through that state, or it can enhance that state.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make that note that it's impressive that regardless of it, you can reach like a noteworthy experience.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so please, sorry.
Yeah,
I
with
interrupted.
that, you're fine. So I was there laying, and
Not standing or floating like a shark.
I might have been floating. What is floating?
This is floating.
We're floating, guys. So I want to say I got up and went pee, and then went back to sleep, but I didn't go back to sleep. So like I did get up and I went pee, and then I laid back in bed. So my brain, I laid down and I was asleep. Lucidly,
Boom.
I rolled over and I looked at my wall, and there was just a spider web that was like ceiling to my bed, and the spider, not like astronomical, like a real size, just about an inch. And I just saw it just right in the middle. And granted, my room's pitch black, but I saw this spider. Me, sleeping, grab my pillows and just start beating the fucking spider.
Like the real you.
Yeah.
Not the dream you.
No,
not the
like,
lucid you.
No, like I grabbed my pillows and started beating this fucking spider. And then I like woke up while I was doing this, and I was like, why am I hitting the fucking wall? And then I just like rolled over, and I was like, I hope the spider's dead. And just fell asleep. Like it just, it was wild. It was like 3 a.m.
Dude, so what do you think that was? Because it was still like a fractal of your room.
Yeah.
Right? So, here's what's, I don't think there's any rest in this thing. You know, the fabric of time, space, and everything, it's one, we're told, trust the science, that it's all one connected fabric. So you got to ask yourself, do you truly believe like you just turn off? I imagine our consciousness or spirit, whatever you want to attribute to it, goes somewhere, right? I just want to imagine. Part of me thinks that you may have gone to another you in another universe that had a spider in their fucking room.
Well, so the thing that kind of like messes with me. So the only time that I would say I really, really dream is when I have my daughter, because
Really?
I have the baby monitor next to my bed with the
So
sound
you're
on,
trying to like stay half in sleep and half.
and the baby monitor has white noise coming from it from her room.
Dude,
So it is when
that's
people,
a whole nother layer.
But like when people say that the white noise attracts the paranormal,
But I definitely think I don't think there's a blanket answer to anything in this existence.
nothing.
So I think there are multiple facets at play in your situation. Why not everybody experiences that every night they go to bed is because, one, I do believe the white noise has an effect. We've come to learn through this exercise of exploration on this podcast that like vibrations, frequency, wavelengths, they all have a major impact on. I mean, dude, I definitely believe the old world that is being hidden from us, the past, used. Like, look at those organs that we can't recreate in churches. A new church. Have you ever seen the show, The Righteous Gemstones?
I've not.
Oh my God, it's hilarious, and it makes fun of like the giant corporate Christian churches that the guy's got like 50 private jets and everything. What's funny is if you think about like modern corporate churches and whatnot. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm Catholic, everything else, but they move into like a, this empty Sears at a mall. Like, they're going into empty, vacant corporate spaces. We can't rebuild these organs that are like 4 stories high. Explain to me that. My dad's an engineer. Why aren't we doing that?
True.
I don't know. Nobody wants to. You believe that? You believe nobody wants to build a giant organ?
True.
I think there was a medicine through wavelengths and everything else, and that's an old world. So I think the white noise has a major impact. It's obviously having an impact. But then I think the second layer is that you are not allowing yourself to hit total, complete REM sleep for the safety of your kid. You have a subconscious that is forcing you to go, I have to be aware of a creak in the board if somebody's trying to invade, disrupt, or problemize the sanctity of my home. Yeah. So I think there's probably more at play in addition to that. How much sleep you have, how sober you are. Right. All of these, your diet, exercise, all of that had to play that day. But I think both of those things in harmony with each other is what's putting you in a state. Because, again, people have heard of lucid dreaming, but even people who have heard of it, not everybody has experienced it, and it's like something that you have to actually like work for and try for. Right. So it's unique that you were able to
without trying.
Right. Is that often for you?
Not that. So I have had times where like I sit up, and just babble.
Interesting.
But I don't ever get out of bed.
See, here's the unfortunate part. Unless you have somebody that's around while you're sleeping.
Right. You don't know.
There's probably a commonality that, like, a lot of us do that. But not enough of us are being observed.
Right.
A lot of you incels don't have somebody that loves you to tell you you're talking in your sleep. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to keep up. I sincerely have to try to catch up. So what was the conclusion of that dream? How'd that end?
I went back to sleep. I beat the shit out of my wall.
Spiders?
No, I beat the shit out of my wall and I went to bed. And didn't even think about it. I mean, I woke up and I was like, that was interesting.
Do you have a fear of spiders?
I wouldn't say I have a fear of them, but I don't like them.
I could just
But also I killed 2 spiders that morning in the shower.
Boom. So that probably adds. You're just like, are they on me? There's
Right.
one of those like.
Well, no, like I like sprayed the shit out of them with the shower head and just watched them die.
You know what I do? Okay. Maybe I'm alone in this, but anytime it comes to water spouts and spiders, I'm laugh singing a limerick to them. Every time. Down the water spout. I'd be lying if I said I haven't been there before.
Oh, that's great. All right. That's a good one.
I know we got to get to the next one. I got to tell you, I'm in a space already.
Well, what did you expect from bringing a professional
That's
drinker?
it. This is such a pretty Browns glass, and I'm ready to just throw it like Deshaun Watson.
Just don't give anyone a back rub.
What are the odds that like the week of his hearing, there's a massage convention in Cleveland? I didn't even know those existed.
I think it was planned. They're like, we're gonna put this right next to the stadium.
Hey, instead of putting it in Connecticut this year, we're thinking right outside Deshaun Watts' business place.
Touche.
And like, we welcome you. We welcome you. All right. So what's our next beer as I catch up?
So the third and final is, oh, look at that Boo Thang again.
Good man.
Rocky Mountain Whiskey Barrels. This one's 8.9.
What are the odds? Dude, I'll be real with you. I thought for sure I was going to be... I'm not a big, like, IPA hoppy beer guy.
I love sours.
Oh.
But the fact that
Even
you told me...
that would have been rough for me, too.
You told me
being
pumpkin.
Real. Yeah.
So I made sure to do justice and bring pumpkin.
I would never have thought to tell you that my favorite is bourbon barrel beer, but it ended up being the case. Hey, you know what? I don't know if you guys remember the math fair when you were a kid, before you take your sip. But there was like this fair that would be like, okay, which of these two containers are going to hold the most water? And it'd be like a super thin, flat dish.
Yeah.
And like a tall, skinny tube. And they'd be like, the tube. They'd be like, nope, it's the dish. I've now found the detriment of the football. My man talks a big game. But this football has been my detriment. There is definitely, I'm going to be toasted by the end of this.
The football holds 16 ounces. I have one from Dollar Tree.
Damn. All right, cheers, my friend.
So, yes, I have been giving you a little more than me.
I knew it! That was my implication! And I was accurate. But
To be fair, I was drinking bourbon for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's fair. With the people from... Welcome to nature.
Timber.
Literally, a branch just goes down. I wonder if that camera totally missed that.
But also, I went to the Butcher and the Brewer at 11 o'clock this morning.
Man. You're living the dream. Again, cheers, my friend.
Cheers to getting paid to drink on the internet.
Cheers to the internet. Wow. So here's the deal. I have a truly difficult time picking which one's my favorite.
I have mine only because I have had these before.
To me, it's one of the last two. I think I would probably pick the Woodford because of the name more than I have a favorite. I'm just being honest. They're all equal to me.
The Woodford has the most back end to it.
Yes.
The Rocky Mountain one that we just had is a little sweeter. And the original one, I just wish I knew what barrel it was in.
Fair.
Because, those are yours to keep as well. If you would like, you can recycle them. Sure. I'm not taking them with me.
Yeah, I'll recycle them. I'll get a better
I don't want the Uber to get pulled over. But best thing about these just came out Saturday.
Really?
So, 6 days ago, they had the...
And will they have them out through the fall?
Until they're gone. So they did a Boo Thang tasting. You know how Pumpkin. You know enough about Pumpkin. They do the release where you see the king and queen come in, and they do like the 6 different varieties. I think this year they have s'mores, fire, habanero, nitro, regular, and one other is what Southern Tier will have. Okay. Here they did 6 of theirs. These are 3 of them. The original, I don't remember off the top of my head what other 2, but they do variant parties. It'll be like a Saturday release. The only thing you're allowed to order on that Saturday is that variety. So Saucy serves all of their like flights in a cake pan.
Well,
like a cupcake pan. So
yeah.
You get 6. That's your only option. And fun. Their tasters are about yay.
That's pretty big.
You one full flight and you need some food.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I had the Rethink Tank flight, and I'm like, I haven't even finished a third of it.
Sorry? I don't know what you expected.
I expected the righteousness.
You brought Toxic Shock Official.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that alone.
It's
been a long time in the works, so I appreciate you coming on, treating us, showing us the...
You realize if I knew that you liked bourbon barrel aged, you would be asleep right now. Because I would have actually I have big boy bottles, like 750s.
You're trying to kill me.
I have the one I just got is a lemon. It's like a lemon meringue, essentially.
Lemon?
Yeah. Or not lemon meringue. It is lemon. Lemon croissant. Some
croissant?
Croissant? I don't know. Some fucking cake that I've never heard of.
Croissant. You've never heard of a croissant?
I've heard of a croissant, but it's what creme is something.
I look like a cake person.
You're making me look it up, Cakey.
That's why you gave me milkshake beer.
We're gonna find this.
Creme brulee? That's not a cake. That's a yummy.
We're gonna find it. I know it has lemon in the name.
Someone somewhere is listening to this going, it's probably. And they're yelling at their radio in their car.
Crack. All right. It's loading. All right. Sierra Leone. Dude,
you sent us down the wrong path on that one. It ended up being some French lady.
I took lemon out of Leonian.
Is lemon even an ingredient?
I don't know, but it starts with an L-E. To be fair,
that answer is no.
Tell me you don't get lemon if you're not paying attention.
Leonine, Sierra, Leonine.
Cake. Lemon cake. Anyways, I haven't tried it yet, but it's in my fridge. It's a pastry stout.
Yummy.
And then I just picked up burgers. All right. I just picked up Rising Mist as well. It is an imperial white stout aged in white wine barrels.
Really?
And then the one that I'm picking up this Saturday, tomorrow, is... Get off me. Killed it. It is called 2 Oak Barrels and a Microphone.
No way.
It is an imperial stout barrel aged with coffee. And then there's also an imperial white stout.
So does that mean I might be able to rope you into a second one so we could try these?
Rope-a-dope.
We got to set it up. So do you, after being able to try all the different kinds of beers, I mean, you've even distilled vodka into a Korean coffee side. It's not even a part of, it's not the coffee itself. It's just like a garnish to the coffee.
Yeah.
The whole array of things. What is your favorite? Is it beer?
Depends on the day.
Is it microbrew? Okay. What do you elaborate?
What are we doing?
Good fucking point.
Am I going hiking? Am I going to a baseball game? Am I going to a football game? Am I pre-gaming before the game? Is it at my house? Do I have to drive?
But all of those things point to beer. So when do you, like, again,
I do both.
the game, beer. Before the game, if I'm going to do beer at the game, it's got to be beer.
Oh, no, not at all.
But
That's
you know
an urban
what?
legend.
When you go down the path of, like,
Oh, no.
health and fitness, you also want to stray towards the liquor. You don't need as much, but it's also nowhere near as much inflammation or calories.
I'm not very...
So what's the game? What's the game?
Not very healthy.
Well, but
I'm a
if somebody had to play, like, choose between...
It's true.
I got the milkshake beer.
Okay, so if you 100% are just trying to drink and be quote-unquote healthy, anything straight, no sweet. So stay away from anything flavored.
Sure.
Stick with, honestly, a straight vodka is going to give you no calories.
But so we rolled through a few scenarios, and you said definitely does not mean beer at a ball game. So what are we looking at?
Me personally. So obviously, if I'm going to an event, we'll go with concert.
Sure. Bingo.
I'm going to a concert. I'm going to drink the cheapest beer you have.
So we're looking at like a domestic.
We're looking at a PBR.
Oh, even better.
I'm going to drink PBR if you have it available.
Pabst.
Because I can get a 24-ounce can for $4 to $5 maximum, even if you're going to House of Blues. I'm going to drink that 24-ounce can, and you're going to drink your $9 Bud Light, and we're going to be the exact same drunk.
You win.
The more we drink that night, tastes the same.
See, now you're turning me on to a new game. I feel like I need to rewire my brain and turn it on to Pabst.
Like, I'm not drinking...
Is it really that big of a difference?
No.
No, I mean, price-wise.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You're at the venue.
I can go to 30 rack of PBR for $19, and if I was to get a 30 rack of Bud Light, I'm looking 26. So you have to think upcharge.
And that adds up.
But you think upcharge. So that's what I'm buying it for at the grocery store. You're thinking a 24-ounce can, go to the grocery store. I'm going to get a PBR for, I think, $1.60. You're going to get a Bud Light for, what, $2.40.
Sure.
Take that to a venue, triple it. So,
Good
and
point.
then that's, I mean, a normal bar. You're going to pay double, not double, you're going to pay about $1 more.
Yeah, okay.
I'd say $1 more. So if I was to get, we'll look at it this way. If I get a 24-ounce PBR can, I'm paying what you're paying for a bottle of Bud Light, which is 16 ounces. I'm getting an extra 8 ounces, same price. Yes, the quality isn't crystal fucking perfect, but it does the job. Beer is beer.
The same level. That's
Beer
the
is beer.
biggest key.
But if I'm trying to just, you know what, I don't want to be here very long, what's the quickest way to just shoo? I'm going to grab a reposado with pineapple. So just tequila. I'm not going to hit bottom
Yeah,
shelf.
that's become a new thing. Like,
It's
I'm watching that evolve.
perfect.
Like, yeah, tequila.
But it has to be repo. Repo with pineapple.
Why?
Because repo is one step above a Blanco. It has been aged longer in the barrel. It has more flavor. Most repos have essentially a nut, banana, those types of tones. Once you hit that repo or above, you're going almost to a bourbon. You know how when you just drink bourbon neat and you can taste the different little notes that it's giving you? When you get to repo and then above. So let's just skip repo completely. We're going to go to an extra añejo.
Well, so here's the thing. One, I'd be lying if I said the layer of it being in. Like, I was taught, I took a bunch of Spanish classes growing up, but it is an almost unrecognizable language in that I don't really. A lot of them will blend in with each other in terms of names.
Yes.
So, like, what I've come to learn is that, like, a key factor you're looking for one, Blanco tequila, way smoother, cleaner, does not mess me up as much.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a personal thing. Then, on top of it, what I've come to learn is what you want to look for, ask for, or, like, the key to a tequila is it agave, pure agave?
Okay.
So you're throwing a lot at me.
And
it's difficult to siphon out how, one, to remember it, but two, to like evaluate it moving forward outside of that standard that has been kind of instilled in me by, I don't know, what, the internet and Joe Rogan?
So most tequilas are 100% agave. Agave is the plant that they harvest.
But like Jose Cuervo isn't.
Jose
That should blow your fucking mind.
Jose Cuervo is trash.
Right, but
So
trash.
So
Coming from a like savant, hipster-esque perspective of the drink, that is the most corporate. Like,
correct.
Do you know how many times you will go to a bar, ask for the shit that's agave, and the tequila above it is a Jose Cuervo that's corporate crap?
Reason being, same thing. PBR Bud Light.
It comes full circle.
Same ingredients. I mean, let's go full circle. Natty Light is Bud Light. It's the same.
Dude, can I tell you something wild? So my dad works. So now my dad literally left today to go to the Middle East.
Okay.
When I was my whole life, my dad was a chemical engineer for breweries.
Okay.
Now my dad, so his company that he worked for 30, 40 years, started evolving into more like, industrial type, like bridges, whatever. They weren't, that was like a sector drying up, the brewery sector. So he now goes to foreign countries, and they're building nuclear testers at the borders of like Middle Eastern countries. Through the government. So he works for the government now.
Okay.
I don't even know how much of that I can say, but I imagine whatever. So, when like the majority of my life, when he worked for Anheuser-Busch. That was the longest time. Then when I got to college, his company, when Anheuser-Busch was bought by a Japanese company, or I think a Chinese company.
Okay.
Either or. And like kind of reverted to a more corporate style evolution of the company. It was no longer the Anheuser-Busch family, the Busch family. It was no longer the Busch family in Germany or in Austria.
Yeah.
So when that occurred, he then worked for Miller Coors, and then he would do work in Canada with Molson.
Okay.
But I would never drink Natty when I was in college.
Yeah.
And that was like our fraternity drink.
Natty was my go-to in college.
Like when you were in your fraternity, you had to pay dues. Yeah. Those dues went to the party. The party was, I had to pay that, and that was for them.
It was either Natty
I would
or
never
Keystone.
drink Natty. The reason being, I hope this doesn't crush you. My dad, literally almost moments before I leave for college, this was like in the weeks leading up to college.
Okay.
My dad tells me how they brew Natty. And he goes, at the breweries, all the drippage, everything that drips from the piping.
Yeah.
And he's like, they will rubber push. Like, they have rubber push brooms, but they're not brooms. They're just rubber push things. They would literally say all the drop-off of the beer, and then, like, 70% water.
Yeah.
Carbonate it, and that's natural light. Now, all of it's sanitized.
Yeah.
Totally.
So
it is totally not a problem.
Yeah.
But I had this warped, like, 17-year-old's brain.
Oh, yeah.
And now it has become a prison where I'm like, I just won't. But
that's...
It's the same.
Yeah.
It is the same.
And that's
it
why I
is
say
the
when it's brewed in the same tank.
The same.
So, like...
It is the drop-off, though.
I mean, I'm sure it's changed. I'm sure it's changed a little bit.
I bet
But essentially, when it was made, you had Budweiser. Further down was Bud Light. And then there was your Natty Light.
Right.
It's the same brew.
It is. It is the same tank. It is the same tank. And I don't even mean that it's
MGD.
straight only the drip off.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, it's the bottom of the tank
and then it's
all the
just-
reserve.
Correct.
So it is the same.
Yep.
The same. Bud Light, Budweiser, all the same.
Same with MGD, Miller Lite, Miller High Life. I will choose milk. I would
High
personally
Life
choose
is the
High
best
Life
overall.
over any. High Life is my go-to. If I go in a bar and they have High Life, I'm drinking High Life.
Really?
I love High Life.
Really?
Have you ever gotten the champagne
Can
bottle?
we all just take a moment? Like, I have to appreciate, one, that my audience is my age in many respects. Like Joe Rogan, he's like a 50-some-year-old dude talking to 20-some-year-olds.
I'm 34.
But I would still think we've one, it's the people that lived the before and after of like this internet hyper future age. But when it comes to shit, what did you just bring up? I totally forgot. It was Can we just appreciate the High Life commercial? That he is deceased. He has passed away. We miss him dearly.
Right.
But that dude is such a golden nugget in time.
100%.
High Life, baby. Like, that was the greatest marketing campaign.
The champagne of beers.
Yeah, dude. That man was something else. I mean, commercials aren't the same either anymore.
No, not at all.
Especially beer commercials.
I miss the Bud.
Dude, the frogs.
Yep.
Bud.
Wise. I was like, if you don't finish it.
That literally, I mean, one, it's a major lost art, but it was an art that was dominated by the beer industry.
It was.
That's what was impressive.
Super Bowls. Super Bowl used to be 50% alcohol.
Right.
And now it's 70% car ads. Tell me I'm wrong.
And they're not even funny.
They're not.
They're not even
They're
entertaining.
stupid. I don't even watch Super Bowl anymore. I'm just kidding.
All I want to put out in my podcast is that I don't watch the Super Bowl halftime. I don't care who it is.
I will watch the Super Bowl when the Browns are in it.
But, well,
hey, we were close.
That might be soon.
Last year the Bengals were in it, so at least Ohio was in it. I still didn't fucking watch it.
And we beat the Bengals twice.
Yep.
Both times. That should have been us, dude. Ugh.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. All right. This is a perfect breaking point. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to run pee real quick.
Fine.
Do you need a pee?
Yeah.
All right.
How dare us need to pee?
So we go to the beer fridge, and first off, you made the point that you drink just as much cool beer as you do domestic beer. So you went with the classic. This is a shout out to my friend Mike Ames, who's been on here quite a few times. He's taken us down the Titanic wormhole or conspiracy hole. He is actually a representative for Natural Light.
Really?
Natty. And he is all about the Natter Days.
Natter Days.
And that's his. So that's why it's been through the ringer.
This can right here, it literally looks like I threw it in my trunk.
Ouch.
That got dumped into my buddy's truck that went to a mud outing.
Yeah.
And then
Polished up for your use.
they realized that it was still in there after it had sunbathed for a week.
Is it a
And then
Natter Day
they-
if it isn't seasoned with some sunbathing?
Oh, I'm so excited for it. It even has like that you can feel like
Sand.
the life that this can has had. Like, I almost want to shotgun it just because it's had so much life to it.
Do I have...
But do you have the... What do you mean?
I was looking for my keys. I didn't have my keys.
What's the key for?
Good man. He's doing it for the people. Dude.
Sorry about your...
Well, everything was safe but your pants. You should have known. You gave it the narrative. That thing's been through some shit.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm going to finish mine for the people. Holy shit. I still haven't even made a dent.
How not you expecting?
Cheers to you, brother.
I'm covered.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Good. At least it's...
Got the toxic shock.
I was about to say, that's the toxic shock seal of approval. We didn't even scratch the surface of that. We didn't catch one of those. Cha-ching! So, I've always made...
No, Mr. Officer, I was not drinking.
Ossifer, I was...
It's like dripping down my face.
Well, did you really shotgun a natty if you didn't wear it a little bit?
Well, I've learned that it's way more fun to just rip it with your tooth. Because people aren't expecting it.
Yes.
Like, I could have
yes.
easily used this.
Wild.
I had it sitting here. That's what I was opening all. Did you think I was just opening these with my hands?
No, but I knew you'd find a way.
Oh, this goes in my wallet. It's a credit card.
Welcome to the future. Always. See.
I'm soaked. I'm very caught off guard by the fact that I sprayed. I also
I'm
didn't
sure.
like,
Well, I mean, you
I
bit
didn't-
into it like a wolf, so.
But I also didn't. I didn't move the bubble. I just,
You just-
heathened it because it was more fun. So you hit it with this tooth.
The canine.
Yeah, hit it with the canine, and you don't really take a bite. You're essentially using your tooth as leverage. So you're pushing the can into it, and then it gives you a thumb hole that you just crank it down.
So for
And,
Dad's weekend, it was me,
So
my
right-
dad,
that's where the tooth hit.
and 2 fraternity brothers. We go out to shotgun a beer.
Okay.
And my dad would be embarrassed that I'm even telling the story because he barely drinks, period.
Yeah.
Even though he's got the background he does. And my fraternity brother goes to do that. He bites it.
Mhm.
And this son of a gun split his lip and just bled down the front of him.
You have to be very careful.
Eh.
Dude, I've ripped my lip open doing it. Like hardcore. Have you seen the new thing with shotgunning? I personally can't do it.
Oh,
Thumb punch.
Awaken. Yeah, what the hell's with that? People are splitting their thumbs.
But no, my friends could just do it. They literally just grab the can. So there's a sweet spot.
Right above.
It is, yeah. So it's where this is. You have to be straight in. You grab your thumb and you rub like right here, and you can literally punch it out. I can't. I've tried. I know friends that can do it with their pinky.
What?
It's called a pinky punch.
That goes to tell you they've
But also,
done
I
it a
watched
lot.
my friend put his pinky the other way doing it. So, yeah. I have a lot of friends on the internet.
Yeah.
So like my buddies, I have a lot of friends online that just all they do is shotgun. That's all their content is. They can take a beer down in 0.5 seconds. Literally, as fast as they crack it, it's empty.
Really?
I can't.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I always put on my page is I can't chug.
Sure.
But I will try my damn best.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Giving it my all.
yeah.
Giving it the good old college try.
Drinking is drinking. No matter how fast or how slow you drink, you're still drinking.
And let's be honest, the only reason I've slowed down and you haven't is because I've reached a buzz that you haven't. I wouldn't be slowing down if that buzz didn't exist.
I came here buzzed.
Well, right. Well, the Uber dropped you off. It was buzz time.
But I mean, I still.
It was buzz time from the beginning
But I
to start.
arrived buzzed.
Right.
So I'm in between buzzed and drunk.
Yeah, it's a delicate.
It's a very.
It's a delicate line to walk, but if you can walk it masterfully, you get that. It's a risk reward.
It's knowing the cues.
Sure.
So, let's say I drank liquor today. Oh wait, I did. Well, we're walking a fine ass line.
Yeah.
I forgot about the bourbon.
But you drank bourbon beer, so it's kind of the same token.
So I'm keeping it going.
Right.
We're good.
You're not like throwing a monkey wrench in the gears.
Well, correct. But also, kind of back to, I don't know, yonder years when we first started talking, the beer before liquor thing. It is false.
Yeah.
It is all falsities. You can
Enlightened.
literally do beer, liquor, beer, liquor, beer, liquor, beer, liquor, beer,
What about
liquor,
wine?
Wine is a whole different fucking game. Dude, okay. All right. So I'm going to tell this, not even story, whatever. So, wine. Have you ever gotten wine drunk?
It's definitely a different drunk,
Like just wine.
which is the favorite, to be honest.
Okay.
I love the evening we're sharing, but if I had to pick a drunk, it's wine drunk.
I will fuck wine drunk.
Whoa.
That is the nicest way I can put it. All right, so I'm a Leo.
Sure.
I am very hard on my sleeve. I'm right. Look at me. And that's just how I am.
Sure.
So I drank, it was called Just the Tipsy. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
It's a penis-shaped bottle of rosé. So of course, making content, I was like, oh,
This is the one.
I made all my videos in 1 hour with this bottle of, it's a bubbly rosé. So, you pop the top and it, yeah. It is made from Napa Valley grapes. Amazing, amazing bottle. So I finished this bottle within the hour. I call my girlfriend. We were like having a normal ass discussion, and then I just start crying. Just full-fledged, just tears down my chin, crying. And she was like, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know. She's like, you finished the bottle of wine, didn't you? I was like, yeah. And I just lost it. I was like, thank you so much. She was like, you're wine drunk. Shut the fuck up.
You sound like a white girl, dude.
But it's true. It was a whole different drunk.
It
and
is
then
a
I
very
was
different
hungover.
drunk.
Within
So,
like an hour.
back to how like all the savants are now pushing for the healthy alternative to be tequila.
Yeah.
And that one, the hangover's not as bad, and two, that it's healthier for you and cleaner.
Yeah.
But that is the intriguing part, is the hangover. And I will concede, as much as I love wine, that hangover is the detriment. It's the killer. It is. So, you live by the liquor beer that can make. So here's to the science: beer before liquor, never sicker.
Uh-huh.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
clear.
The reality to that limerick is, if you have liquor before beer,
Okay.
it opens up the exposure to your blood, your veins. So more liquor gets in your veins faster. So it isn't that you are going to get sick; it's that you get drunker faster. So it isn't what I've equated that limerick to is it's for the weak. Like if you
Okay.
know how to manage yourself,
You're
to your
fine.
point, it is nothing. But if you
Okay.
keep in the back of your brain that like this is what makes you drunker faster, all right, be a little bit more weary that I had liquor before beer. Or I mean beer before liquor, because the beer, the carbonation,
Okay.
everything expands
You said it backwards,
I
so
did.
my brain
I
was
fucked
like-
it up. I did. You want to know why? Because the guy admitted he poured these wet. The football was way heavier. That's why.
That's fine. Technically, I've had more beer than you.
You win, you do. But I am in your arena. You have brought me into your. You were making jokes about the woods. We are in your woods.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I enjoy it here.
It's what you expected.
It is.
I'm sorry that it took me a year.
Dude, I love it.
A
Cheers.
full year.
I wish you didn't. Do you want another beer? We could take a quick.
Sure.
Yeah, we're back. All right. So reveal what was the drink of choice?
I haven't had passion fruit White Claw before.
No way! Oh my god! Of all things,
I'm not gonna lie, my leg is really cold from hiding this in my pocket.
So, as you were saying, you don't discriminate. You're all things alcoholic.
Alcohol's alcohol.
Touche. Cheers
So-
to that.
But I'm also proud that I have not had this flavor.
Right.
I've had a lot of them.
You haven't had passion
I've not
fruit?
had passion fruit.
It's all right.
I'm gonna lie. I'm not lie. I'm gonna say I probably haven't had that pack. So whatever 4 are in that pack, I probably haven't had it.
You know what my favorite is? Lemon. Lemon tastes like Sprite.
You know what my favorite is? None of them.
As he literally, I want the internet to know, I gave him
Oh shit.
the option of, oh, yeah, boom.
Hold up.
Now he's falling in love.
Wait,
Give him
why
a
does
whole
this-
fridge of beers.
Why does this actually have taste to it?
Yeah.
This must be like box 3 or 4.
It
Like
is, it
flavor
is,
pack 3
it
or
is,
4.
It is. And that's
It's
the
about
one
when
that all your
Blackberry
friends
came out,
like.
right?
Yep.
Cool.
And that's the one that like all your friends pawn off to like someone else. And it is secretly good.
There's no secret. This is delicious. Oh, no, it's not. Nope. It was good.
How quick things change. How quick the turntables have turned.
All right.
Yeah.
So the only good White Claws are White Claw Surge.
I've never tried that.
What?
Yeah.
Blue cans, 8%.
What?
Same price, and they do the job, and they have
So it's
flavor.
like the platinum of
Yeah.
claws.
They have flavor to them. Like the lime actually tastes like lime.
Whoa.
I know. And the snozberries
So-
taste like snozberries.
Where do you come out on the seltzer beer debate? You got to have a position.
I review all the new 12-packs that come out.
So seltzer or beer, whatever it is, right?
I review every 12-pack seltzer that comes out.
Okay.
Since I've started TikTok, I may have missed one or two.
Do you have a favorite? Because I'll be honest with you, here on the podcast, at its inception, way back in the juvenile days, we actually did 3 different podcasts trying different ones. It was a comparison of, we did it in different ways. First one was a group of people. Everybody brought a different brand.
Okay.
Maine, Truly, White Claw, whatever. Then the next one was a catch-up to that. So White Claw, Truly had some new ones, plus Bud Light then came out with some, so we did an update. And then we did one in the studio with people. It was, again, another update one.
Yeah.
So I got to ask, where did you come out as the best?
Okay. Are we going with commercialized?
No,
or,
your like
or like
palate,
I can
please.
or like I can go find it only in Ohio.
See, here's
That's
the
what I
killer.
mean
Here's
by,
the
like-
killer is the balance is you're looking. One thing you need to consider is accessibility, right?
Correct.
Am I going to find it at a
that's-
concert?
Right.
But also, so okay, if they are different, which they likely are, I want to know your favorite at the event,
Okay.
concert, football,
Bud Light
baseball,
seltzer.
and then the one that is in your basement with the fam or the friends.
Sibling revelry.
I've never even tried that. I
You-
gotta try.
You know
that.
the brewery, right?
Yeah.
So they came out with, it's called Sibling Revelry Charged. They are,
So what's the percentage on that?
I think, don't quote me, somewhere between 6 and 8.
Whoa.
These taste, all right, you know when you eat a popsicle and you have that little bit of juice at the bottom?
Oh, 100%.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. So that's what the grape and orange tastes like. There's lemon lime, which you're going to love. Tastes like a fresh key lime pie. And then
Man, this guy, you love milkshakes and pie. You look like a guy that loves milkshakes and pie.
I love how I say it and your face just goes,
Yeah. Nature. It's
Shit.
my nature.
and then there's fruit punch is the other one.
Okay. Oh, cool.
It's all right.
Yeah,
The
I
other
imagine.
3, I'm telling you, like straight, not even, okay, so not even the juice at the bottom of your popsicle, but when you grab, you know, you go to Walmart, you get the variety pack that already, you know, the 2 that you got to rip in half, and you taste that orange popsicle.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's what it tastes like in a can.
See, now that sounds delicious.
Yes.
On balance, the thing I'm struggling with is when you have, I'm sure you've seen Smirnoff came out
Those
with,
icy ones are fucking fire.
there you go. And then you have like, maybe it was Bud Light that came out with like the soda pop flavored ones.
Absolute fire.
And then Truly came out with like the fruit
Truly's
punch.
trash.
Okay. So I wanna siphon
the
one
only-
thing out. When it comes to those,
Yeah.
the struggle I had, like, dude, the pop one, all the potential was there. And to me, I wanted it. I wanted that shit more than you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not a pop person. All I drink is water.
Okay.
But, like, if you could give me a cherry Coke, because that was one of the
Yeah.
knockoff flavors, cherry Coke-esque type,
Well, they gave you cherry cola.
bingo.
You have to think
You
of that
nailed
also.
the word. So my problem was it was overly sweet. It was like too
It's
much
because
sweet.
It's fake. It's fake sugars.
Okay.
Because all seltzers are no sugar. That's the point of them.
Sure. My understanding was that they were fermented sugar. That's it. No, they're mixed with vodka. But these aren't mixed with vodka. My understanding was like Claw was
Bud Light's
fermented
not-
sugar.
Bud Light's not with vodka either. No, so these... So, okay. So, White Claw is 2 grams of sugar.
See, I think this is
Most-
fermented sugar.
Most
But you're right.
seltzers are no
Or
sugar.
vodka.
Like,
or Yeah,
Who
what
the
else would
fuck
it be?
knows what's in it?
No, you're right.
It's
so
artificial
like,
sweet. It's sweet and low.
Nooners are vodka. That's what they're known
bro,
for.
You could slap sweet and low in it, and it's called no sugar.
Fair. You win that one.
And that's where, like, Monsters.
Yeah.
I don't taste the no sugar in them when I get the no sugar, but a Red Bull, I taste that shit.
You want to hear your mind blown? Or have your mind blown? Hear it? You want to hear it? Turn your ears on. No,
Hold my hat up here so I can catch it.
So my dad, one of the other companies that he would work with was Monster.
Okay.
They would have to pave the concrete floor of their factory every 3 months because the erosion of the Monster would eat at the concrete so bad that they'd literally have to repave it.
It's not surprising.
4 times a year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, I drink Four Loko every day, so what do you expect?
Dude, don't you miss the old days of, like, true
Could you
Four
imagine
Loko?
if those were still here?
Also, I
People
want to
wouldn't even
double
do
down.
drugs.
It is amazing. So there was this. No, I'm gonna not tell that story. I'll tell you after. But it was amazing to me how casual it was drinking the Four Loko the way we would.
Yeah.
And now it literally tastes like battery acid. In college,
Bro, I love them.
we were slamming them.
They taste the
I
same.
went to law school, and I remember having a party at in my apartment. There was like half the school was there, a whole bunch of people. We're all hanging out, and we bought a few cases of Four Loko.
Okay. So, like...
One, that
like
was
the-
a problem.
like
when the
palate?
party drink, oh yeah, the pallets. And when your party drink is just cases of Four Lokos,
Yeah.
you've opened the door to sincere problems.
Uh-huh.
And then on top of it, it just, to me, it was like, oh, Toto, we're not 19 anymore. Like
Yeah.
you're talking about. It's just like, I can't do it like I used to. And it
Yeah.
was my favorite. Talk about, you're like, now, you know what? My adult Four Loko is a couple shots of tequila,
Okay.
which now is going to evolve because now I want to try this new phase where I'm going to incorporate tequila as my new, like
mix
my
it into-
clear, healthy alcoholic drink used to be gin. Now I want that to be tequila.
I
Do
mix
tequila
my
and
tequila
soda.
in Four Loko.
But I will say, dude,
I did a whole...
the two like,
Dude, I did a Does It Loco
I love you.
series. and Four Loko...
Loco.
Four Loko...
Will it Loco?
Four Loko sent me a PR pack.
This is
And it said that I was the most American, or I was the most USA American in the world. It's their PR pack.
Wait. We
It's
gotta
exactly what you think it
rewind
says.
This back. So who declared that
Four Loko did.
on you?
So they send it to everyone they send a PR pack to. It came with a trophy, everything. It's the most USA American in the world.
What a compliment.
Exactly.
God bless.
And then the shirt they sent me had an eagle with a bandana on it holding a can of Four Loko in
And you
its
got a
mouth.
picture, right?
Somewhere.
You got to send me that
It's
picture.
on my Instagram.
All right.
And they sent me a flag that I wore as a cape. And then
Four Loko did?
And then I drank Four Loko out of the trophy. Yeah.
Woof.
Like a boss.
And it never opened the door to problems?
No, there's no caffeine in them anymore. So
They're
after
so
they got
potent.
they're only
And
14
tastes like battery
they're
acid.
only 14% and they're
It's
just
the
syrupy.
taste. It's very...
All right. So you know how
But
you used to
like
bring
sour beers.
you used to bring Four Loko to parties. Yes?
100%.
I used to bring MD 2020.
Woof.
Syrupy. Used to it. I remember
Syrup is
I
what
used
they
I
call
used to
that.
show up in my Jenko jeans with 8 bottles of MD 2020 to a party.
Whoa.
Yeah. Cost
Hell
me
yeah.
$20
Really?
for dude, MD 2020 when I was like growing up was like $3 for the big boy. It was like drinking Boone's Farm. I used to play Boone's Farm Pong. As we just keep going down
No
this
way.
rabbit hole.
No way.
Yeah, it hurts.
It doesn't sound fun.
No. It's
But it probably leads to some fun places.
no, a headache. It's just sugar.
That's why you got to stick with the tequila.
But you have to think there was no White Claws when we were doing these things. There was no seltzer. You drank Natty or you ripped down some MD or you grabbed a Four Loko or a Sparks.
Yo.
The
talk
energy beer?
about, Talk about a trip down
You had
memory
2
lane.
flavors. You had orange or green, and they did not tell you what they were. They were
neither
just
of
orange
them
and
were
green.
forgiving, in my opinion.
Oh, they were so good. Energy beers.
What happened to those?
They got trash canned when Loco had to remove caffeine. Loco is still illegal in certain countries.
Even the non-caffeine?
They won't acknowledge that it was removed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm full of useless shit.
The universe is shutting us off. We're getting dark here. So last question topic. Do you have a favorite Halloween movie? What is your favorite do you have favorite Halloween series? Do you have a horror villain? What's the October treat?
All right. So, favorite Halloween movie. I actually did this back when I had a podcast. We did our top 10s. I guess I'll still stick in that same. I've moved it a little bit around, but I'll still stay with my number one. Makes my skin / hairs raise while I'm watching it, even if I've watched it a second, third, fourth, fifth. It is Sinister. Wait, no.
That's a good one.
No. Why am I? Is it Sinister? There's 4 of them.
So what are the 4?
Wait.
Give me the top 4.
No.
That's the most.
Why is my Insidious? I was like, I'm not saying the right fucking movie.
That's a good one.
My brain was like doing this.
Yep.
Insidious, because there's 4 of them. The first one, other than
That was creepy with the old lady.
So there's about 10 minutes of it that is just comedic when like they're going through the house and like dudes in the window. But everything leading up to that point, that shit makes you jump. So when we're going for horror, I will watch any slasher because those shits are funny to me.
Right.
But when you get in my psyche, you get in my brain, you get into this shit could actually happen in your house right now. That's what terrifies me.
Right.
So all these people that are like, oh, paranormal activity is so fake, blah, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not watching 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But I'll tell you.
But that first one, that first time that bitch got yeeted out the fucking thing.
Dude, that was my I'm sorry. There's a piece of our culture that has evolved in this, like, woke, whatever world we live in now.
Yeah.
We've lost our, like, what makes the different pockets of this community unique.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget what I loved about that experience was being in Valley View, Ohio, where being white in that theater was a significant minority. And that made that movie, because I remember going, because like you and your friends, you go to high school, like everybody's got a different ending. They had 3 different endings to that movie. That was like a very culturally impactful movie.
Yes.
Where I experienced it made it even more special. I agree with you, but I just want to say, I think the best Paranormal Activity was like, I think 3 or 4. And it was like a Hispanic family where like the lady that lived beneath them in this like apartment complex had, dude, it was the craziest freaking movie ever because it was a guy holding a camera. So he would just like, their get out of jail free card, we win, we scared you move was the person was always, the scary thing was always right behind the guy with the camera. So he'd just go, and there'd be this thing, you just crap your pants. You never anticipated him turning around. And the moment when he turned around, there was the thing. That was good on their part. Okay. You're never going to get me besides a scare factor. But you know who's really won the cake? As of now, this is September 9th. The thing that's really taken the cake for me, when I was a kid, my grandma would say, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies scared your uncle. And he was like 15, and I was 8. And I'm like, well, I'm tougher than my uncle. So I definitely need to watch this to prove that I'm tougher than Uncle Michael. Yeah. So I watched this movie, and it was nothing. We live in this world where the old classics weren't really scary because of where the standard of movie technology was. Right now, I think we're in an age where you can't really scare us. There's nothing we haven't seen. So now I just want to creep you out. I want to make you feel uncomfortable. And really, all I want out of entertainment, any of us want out of entertainment, is you just want to feel something. Yeah. what really has messed me up is American Horror Story. I love that show. I love everything. They have this new thing called American Horror Stories. And the last one, so this is like a month ago now for the person listening.
Okay.
This lady, so I have no problem spoiling it, and I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it's about like necrophilia and just like it's just taking things to the next level where you're like, I am officially grossed. I'm not scared.
But you're just like...
But I'm just like, my mom and my sister love watching the show Botched. I'll walk in and just watch someone's butt cheek being hacked up, and I'm like, I am good.
No, I
this
can't.
This messes me up to them because
can't do
my
that.
sister's a pharmacist. She's in a surgery.
I can't
to
watch
her,
that Dr. Pimple Popper shit.
yeah, man.
No.
What is with that?
People-
How is that the biggest thing on Instagram?
I don't know, bro.
So, to me, I don't think, having a guy get sucked into a bed in Friday the 13th or, in Nightmare on Elm Street 1, and then it becomes this whole bloody... That doesn't scare me.
No.
But, like, watching this weird thing of, like, a lady falling in love with dead bodies, one, it's that realism, like you brought up. Like, now, this is a little too creepy real. Yeah. And then also, it's just gross.
It's the, oh, shit, this can happen.
Yeah, like exactly like you said.
But that's why Nightmare on Elm Street would get you, because that lucid dream can happen.
To say, because if you're trying to like listen to the white noise and
that's
your
what
baby,
I'm saying. Like that, I'm more afraid of that than a Jason Voorhees, a Michael Myers. Let's be honest, I'm fucking terrified of Pinhead.
Yeah,
because like those.
And again, that's a guy that doesn't say lines.
Those creatures
think about that.
Fucking kill me while I'm asleep.
Because they turn into spiders.
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
The funniest clown movie of the past century.
Speaking of it, I just want to acknowledge that it was being canceled because it killed gay people. And the whole narrative was that it is homophobic and this fictional character is homophobic, and it's just like, do you not... One, he kills all people, so to make you like, there's nothing more like normalizing it than you being one of the normal people he kills. Then,
oh my fucking god,
if you're also upset that, like, I don't know, your horror murder character is homophobic, yeah, we don't want you to like him. We're not trying... He's not likable. He's killing people. That's the goal.
Wow. I don't even have words.
I know. You said it. It just triggered something. I think something similar happened with, like, the movie, the latest, not the one that comes out this year, but the most recent Halloween. Something about...
Trash.
Gay firemen or something. I mean, he was homophobic, and it was just like, guys, he's a murderer.
Like, do people
not a good guy?
People not watch My Little Pony?
But also, if, like, I'm a writer, it's like, he isn't scary enough. How do I scare woke Los Angeles? Yeah. You make him hate gays.
Let's go to Con Air. Where dude's just sitting on a fucking playground, just playing with teddy bears. Like, would you like some tea? All right.
Seems pretty masculine. All right. So, I appreciate you giving me your time. I'm glad we were able to make this happen.
Dude, it's going to happen again.
I would love... now that you've got more bourbon beers on deck...
I'm going to have to rethink what I bring.
I can't wait. Again, sincerely, thank you for your time. I cannot look forward more to making this happen again.
Well, I don't know. I just fucking...
Are you a lefty?
No, I'm a righty.
All right. I almost shook your hand with my left. It would have been weird.
Well, I went in like, I don't know.
Anyway.
Go
again,
Power Rangers.
Hopefully, maybe we could try to link up Sunday.
Hopefully. You finish your beer. You knew I had to call you out.
And you know what's so sad? Is I had the thought to myself moments ago, do not open the door for him to make that comment. He's 2 drinks ahead of you. Even though he poured mine heavier, he admitted it, you saw that. But I wanted to make sure I didn't give you that, and I frickin' did. Anyway.
I caught you off guard.
So, tell the people where to find you. How do they find you?
So, Instagram, toxic_shock_official. I don't know why. It won't let me change it. Fuck it. Whatever. So everything else is just Toxic Shock official. Don't worry, it's not what you think. I know Toxic Shock is when you leave a tampon in too long.
Oh, whoa. You can't just drop those nukes and move on.
But
I've never heard that.
yeah, Toxic Shock syndrome. Yeah. So what my current goal is that I want Toxic Shock official to be the highest Toxic Shock hashtag.
Are you telling me you're competing in your hashtag battle with tampons? Bloody
No.
overexposed tampons?
No. So it's essentially when you leave it in too long and it becomes an infection. Yep. But anyways,
and there's a hashtag.
so the reason that
So there's videos of you enjoying a beer, and then there's videos of, like, crustiness.
probably, I don't know. I don't look them up. I'm just worried about myself. Because the
Facts.
reason I chose my name, because sometimes things in life are toxic and sometimes things in life are shocking. But at the end of the day, we're going to get through it all through friendship and drinking.
Damn straight. Which, if there is literally a theme to end on,
Yeah.
that's what I want it to be.
Put my face on a tampon.
Whoa. Lots of tampons. Toxic Shot tampons coming your way. Find them on the website. Again, guys, if we made you laugh, if we made you think, the best thing you can do to support this podcast, share the episode. I appreciate your time. You can find all of our content on our website at www.rethinktankpodcast.com. Don't forget you got to check out Toxic Shock Official. If you're an Ohioan and you're watching this, you got to support our people. So go out there, try some of these drinks, check out Saucy Brew Works, and otherwise, we'll catch you on the next episode. Happy October. Enjoy your fall. Man, lights are turning. God's turning the lights off on us anyway, so we got to go.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Catch you on the next episode. Peace.